Welcome back to Underrated Movies. I'm your guy, I'm your man, Mr. Alton Henry. Today I'm going to talk to you about another unique film. I wouldn't necessarily say it's underrated, but it's unique. It's actually my second time watching it after a couple years. And this is A24's Into the Forest, starring back then Ellen Page and was it Rachel? Evan Rachel Wood. Evan Rachel Wood. Okay. All right. Interesting. And it follows a story set in a not so far distant future about after a major power outage that happens worldwide. I think it's worldwide. Two sisters are left alone, stranded in the middle of the forest in a house, um, alone, living in their father's home. The father is there. Eventually, he gets killed by accident, and the two sisters have to basically learn to survive on their own. And I'm not a survivalist, so there's some things in there I probably would need to really dive into and do a little research on how to survive in situations like that. And I guess the film is set during the winter. I don't know what location where. It might be in Canada. It might be somewhere else within the states. I'm not exactly sure. Didn't follow up on that. But I can tell you this is one of those. I mean, I think the film low budget. Actually, I was shocked on the low budget. I think the budget was barely under $1 million. Like I think like $100,000 budget. I think, uh, and the production value I thought was actually pretty good on what they were able to pull off with this kind of film. Now, there's really no central story here. It's really about these two sisters really learning, self-teaching themselves about survival once their father kind of kicks the bucket through a tragic accident. And they kind of have to rely on one another, of course, through trial and error um, situations, friend and foe, to try to survive. And there's a sequence in here which I won't really say it out loud with even Rachel's character, which is tragic. Um, and eventually they have to learn to adjust to it. Uh, I to me, I think the best part in learning how the film was made, I think the best part about this movie is how technical the film looks, especially for a small budget. It really looks it looks kind of like a little average independent film, but just how low the budget was and what they were able to pull off. I was actually amazed with their with the director's level of filmmaking and just the level of money that they put into this film that feels very, very authentic at times. Now I'm not a survivalist. Now, if it's set during the winter, I feel like there could have been some things added to the film that would have made a little bit more sense, like warmer clothing, which one of the sisters did not have, which was kind of concerning. And I don't know. I feel like I feel like there was some things missing here, but really to its core, it's kind of really about these sisters figuring out what is the right thing to do according to how to survive in a event like this with lack of power. And I think the title, because the title at the end, they leave the house when the house becomes inhabitable, and they roam into the forest to survive, hopefully to find some sort of help during this time of crisis. And I think what the film I think what the film is actually about is really about how how we are losing our sight of natural human survival instincts, and how we rely so much on current technology that we are giving up our nature-based survival instincts. Like, we're not using our brain to figure out how to survive in situations like this. And you see these sisters really trying to formulate a plan. What is the best way to um, get out of something like this and survive? And I think they go for like almost a whole year without power. Well, the story takes place within a 10 to almost a year time frame, where they're just there once their father accidentally passes away in the film. And it's interesting. It's not a bad film. I like it. I don't love it. I mean, I like it. It has a lot to, I would say, offer for what it gives you. I do think there were some things added to kind of just fill up character and story that really didn't go anywhere, but it was just to kind of just fill up a story. Really, the story is just simple. And again, I'm not a survivalist, so maybe there's some inaccuracies that's portrayed in here. But the film it's decent. It's okay. I could see why it's not one of A24's most talked about movies, but it's something I would say give it a try. Currently available on HBO Max. Have you seen it? Into the Force. Comment below. Let me know if you have, and let me know what is your favorite A24 film.